What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, things have gotten extremely heated between the wrong people. Between undefeated, former unified WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine, lineal welterweight world champion, now WBA interim junior middleweight title contender, superstar boxer, Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis is on some people, I refer to him as a superstar. Some people say he's a superstar on the verge. He's 35 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. But he's 28 years of age. He has not had that marquee fight, okay? And it was lining up for him to have the marquee fight with undefeated Mexican star or superstar, title contender, who's never been a world champion, in Vergil Ortiz Jr., who is the WBC interim junior middleweight title contender. 24 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout at 27 years of age. He's had bigger names on his resume than Jaron Boots Ennis. Erickson the Hammer Lubin, Israel Majamal, Serha Boachuk, right? But again, those are not the biggest of the biggest names either. So with that said, Vergil fought against Erickson Lubin. Jaron Ennis got in the ring. They started to promote a fight. They've been on the collision course since they was at 147. They were supposed to be the turning of a new leaf from the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman era at 147. Is Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz was supposed to be the face of that with Rashidi Ellis, etc., right? And it has not played out that way. Now, Jaron Ennis was offered the fight against Vergil Ortiz, and he turned it down because he wanted to stay at 147 and unify the belts. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh wasn't happy about that, and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh let it be known Jaron Boots Ennis turned down the fight, and if you want to do tune-ups and cherry picks, you could do it, just not with me. Vergil Ortiz wanted to fight at that point in time. Now, Jaron Ennis is ready to make the fight happen with him and Vergil Ortiz. As I said, he got in the ring with him. But Vergil Ortiz is in a legal battle. Now Vergil is having issues outside of his control. He attempted to make the fight with Jaron Boots Ennis, but it's outside of his control because guess what? Former world champion, 6th division, Olympic gold medalist, world champion, Hall of Fame, Mexican-American superstar, turned founder and promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, don't want to make the fight. He wants to make the fight on his terms. So according to Vergil's manager, Rick Marinian, Oscar is saying that he's offering the minimum of $3 million to Vergil for the biggest fight of his career, and Vergil is seeking to get more money, right? And Oscar's not willing to do so. So Vergil and Rick Marinian cited that Oscar losing his network deal with DAZN, that they had the now wiggle room and the freedom to make the fight, and they agreed to make the fight on their own separate from Oscar. Oscar then took Vergil to court, and we know the rest is history. Oscar won the case. Vergil can't negotiate with Jaron Boots Ennis. He even put a restraining order on Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis from them being able to negotiate. So today, I don't know why, for the life of me, Jaron Boots Ennis decides to go to social media and say he don't know who's holding up the fight, and says, I don't know if it's Vergil team or Vergil that's not trying to make the fight, but I told y'all the truth was going to come out. They don't want to make the fight, so I'm moving on. Huh? You know, Jaron Ennis cannot be this out of touch with what's going on in negotiations. I've refused to believe that. You know, Vergil has attempted to make the fight with you outside of Oscar De La Hoya, and you know Oscar has took him to court and put a restraining order on him. This is public. Everybody knows what's going on. So I don't understand. Just say you're moving on because the Vergil fight can't happen. But to make it seem like if Vergil can't make it happen, or don't want to make it happen is diabolical. That's diabolical in my opinion. So Jaron Ennis says he's moving on because he don't know if Vergil is ducking or Oscar and his team is ducking. That makes no sense. You know exactly what's going on. So Vergil responds, he says, and Jaron Ennis said, I did everything in my power to make the fight happen. But now I got to move on. I can't wait. I got in the ring with him. We discussed this. This was November, etc., etc. Now it's March. So Vergil responds and says he did everything, meaning Boots, in his favor to make the fight happen, except, the one and only time we were both offered to fight each other in Saudi Arabia. Y'all can't cope, or y'all can cap all y'all want. Doesn't change the past. So Vergil is saying you had the opportunity, right? Then Vergil Ortiz puts up the Turkey al-Sheikh interview he did on the Boxing Voice, where His Excellency Turkey al-Sheikh stated that Jaron Ennis turned down the opportunity in the fight, right? So this is what he put up.
As an Ennis, this is the first time between me and he doing business. He asked to go to 154 and have tune-up fight first. I am not charity. Go do it with Eddie, the tune-up fight, and if you're ready, you will have in my side a lot of people waiting for you.
So that was His Excellency Turkey al-Sheikh saying, if you want to make the fight with Vergil, the big fights, I'll make it happen. If you don't, go with Eddie Hearn and make the small fights. And that's what he did. Right? And now Vergil then puts up another post and he says, since everybody can't comprehend and don't know what's going on, he says, this is what Vergil says. He says, since nobody is smart enough to know how to read between the lines and see what actually tried to make the fight, we actually tried to make the fight despite all the ongoing legal issues. I'll spell it out for you and everybody else. A lot of y'all must have missed out on critical thinking time in school. Wow. Right? So Vergil is saying, bro, what are you talking about? Right? That makes no sense. And simply, it doesn't make sense. When I saw this, I'm like, why is Jaron Ennis making it seem like he don't know, or Vergil don't know? He don't know. He's not sure if Vergil is ducking or not. It's just diabolical. Bro, you know very well that they attempted to make this fight behind the back of Oscar De La Hoya, and that's why Oscar De La Hoya took him to court. Again, I agree with Jaron Boots Ennis moving on, as he should. Right? Because, he can't hold up his career. He can't. But you got to grab the bull by the horns and make the fights happen as well. Period. Like I said, he needs to go ahead and make the fight with Jamel Charlo or one of those guys, a big fight. The Jamel Charlo fight makes the most sense. You can't wait for Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora winning because they are so unpredictable. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Keith Thurman could beat Sebastian Fundora, and you might not hear from Keith Thurman for a whole nother year. Right? Josh Kelly seemed like the option, but now he's trying to fight Xander Zayas. So who knows what's going to happen with that situation. But again, this whole situation is diabolical. And Jaron Ennis has to take the bull by the horns and make it happen for his own career. I agree with that. But you can't act like Vergil is ducking. You know very well Vergil ain't ducking. He tried to go around Oscar De La Hoya illegally and make the fight. So why try to act like he's the one ducking? Come on, man. But let's see how this all unfolds and plays out, man. But Oscar said he's gonna sit Vergil on the shelf. Vergil said he'll never fight for Oscar De La Hoya ever again. It's just nasty work, man. Boxing is diabolical. But let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.